Hello? Today we'll talk about a situation that people planning to immigrate, apply for citizenship, or trace their family history often face. Their ancestors' documents have been lost. It might seem that if you don't have your grandfather's birth certificate, your great-grandmother's marriage certificate, or an archival record of your family's place of residence, the whole process comes to a halt. But in practice, that's not always the case. Lost documents can be searched for, reconstructed, corroborated with circumstantial proof, or replaced with archival records. In this video, we'll discuss what to do if your ancestors' documents are missing, where to start your search, what mistakes most often prevent you from getting results, and when it's worth bringing in specialists. Let's start with the most important point. Just because you don't have a document in your hands doesn't mean it no longer exists. Very often, the original has indeed been lost long ago. It might have been kept by relatives, burned, lost during a relocation, destroyed during a war, or simply disappeared over the decades. But a record of the event may have survived. For example, a record of a birth, marriage, death, name change, residence, military service, or education may be found in a state archive, a civil registry office, a church register, a metric record, a military file, or another official source. Therefore, the first step is not to search for everything indiscriminately, but to figure out exactly which document you need and why. Specify the purpose of your search. This is a very important step. For example, to obtain citizenship by descent, you may need to do more than simply prove that a person existed. You may also need to confirm a specific connection, that this person is your ancestor, where they were born, where they lived, what their nationality was, what their legal or civil status was, exactly how you are related to them through parents, grandparents, or earlier generations. For some procedures, an archival certificate may be sufficient. For others, you may need a duplicate certificate, an extract from a civil registry record, a document with an apostille, or additional proof of relationship. Therefore, before you begin your search, it is important to understand for which country, which procedure, and on what grounds you are gathering these documents. The first practical step is to build a family tree. Take a sheet of paper or open a spreadsheet and list all your relatives along the relevant line. You, your parents, your grandmother or grandfather, your great-grandmother or great-grandfather, earlier generations if necessary. Next to each person, list everything you know: full name, possible variations of the first and last names, date of birth, place of birth, date of marriage, place of residence, date of death, spouses' names, children's names, parents' names. Don't worry if the information is incomplete. Even an approximate year of birth or the name of a town can help. But it's important to record not only exact details, but also variations. For example, a last name might have been spelled differently, with one or two letters added or removed, with a different ending or in a different linguistic form. Such details are often crucial when searching archives. The second step is to collect all the documents your family already has, even if they seem unrelated to the case. These may include old certificates, passports, military ID cards, employment records, household registration books, marriage certificates, signed photographs, letters, funeral documents, documents related to repression, school records, records of awards, old notarized documents. All of these can provide important clues. For example, your parents' marriage certificate may list the place of birth of one of them. A grandmother's death certificate may list her age, which means you can roughly calculate her year of birth. A military ID may list the place of conscription. An employment record book may list the city where a person lived and worked. Step 3, talk to your relatives. It sounds simple, but many people skip this step. Older family members may remember the names of villages, maiden names, the circumstances of a move, family nicknames, ethnicity, religion, burial sites, or stories about where documents were kept. It's important to ask specific questions. Don't just ask, "What do you remember about Grandpa?" Instead, ask, for example, Where was he born? What were his parents' names? Was he married before he married grandma? It's best to record these conversations or take notes right away. Memories can be inaccurate, but family stories often point you in the right direction for your research. Step 4. Determine where the record might have been created. This is one of the key points. You don't always need to look for documents in the place where the person lived in recent years. A birth certificate is tied to the place of birth. A marriage record is tied to the place where the marriage was registered. A death record is tied to the place of death. Military records are linked to the place of conscription or service. Residency records are linked to the address, the house register, the municipal archive, or the Ministry of Internal Affairs archive, depending on the period and country. If a locality has changed its name, belonged to a different administrative unit, or is now located in another country, the search becomes more complicated. You need to take into account historical borders, former names, and changes in districts, regions, and registration authorities. Step 5. Check the civil registry offices and archives. If the event occurred relatively recently, the record may still be on file at the civil registry office. If many decades have passed, it may have been transferred to an archive. The timeframes for transferring documents vary by country and region. Therefore, it's important not to limit yourself to just one request. Your request should be as clear as possible. Who you are looking for, what event needs to be confirmed, what information is known, why you are requesting the document. The more precise your request, the higher the chance that the archive staff will be able to conduct the search correctly. Step 6. Look not only for direct documentation, but also for indirect proof. For example, if you can't find your great-grandfather's birth certificate, you can try to find his marriage record, which may list his parents or age. If there is no marriage record, children's birth records may be helpful. If there is no document regarding nationality or origin, information is sometimes found in military records, personal files, censuses, household registers, archival index cards, or documents related to relocation, education, or employment. In immigration proceedings, it is often not a single document that matters, but a chain of evidence. Step 7. Pay attention to discrepancies. This is a very common problem. In one document, the year of birth might be listed as 1921, while in another, it might be 1923. A maiden name may be listed incorrectly. The place of birth may be recorded as a village, district, region, or the nearest city. Such discrepancies aren't always critical, but they need to be properly explained. Sometimes an archival certificate, a certificate of identity, a document confirming a name change, a court ruling establishing a family relationship, or additional confirmation through other documents is required. The biggest mistake is to ignore these discrepancies and hope that they'll understand anyway. In an immigration case, it's best to prepare explanations and supporting documentation in advance. Step 8. Don't rely on random online databases as your sole source. The internet can be helpful. You can find digitized archives, resident lists, military databases, old maps, and genealogy portals there. But for an official process, you usually need documents from a competent authority. An archival certificate, a certified copy of a record, a duplicate certificate, an extract, a screenshot from a website rarely solves the problem on its own, but it can suggest where to send an official request. Step 9. Consider the legal form of the document. Finding the record is only part of the job. You need to understand what form the document must be in for it to be accepted. Original, duplicate certificate, archival certificate, certified copy, translation, notarization, apostille, consular legalization. Requirements vary depending on the procedure. A mistake at this stage can cost you months. The document has been found, but it's not in the correct format, so you'll have to request it again. Step 10. If the archive responds that the record was not found, don't take this as a definitive rejection. A not found response can mean different things. The query was too narrow, the district was specified incorrectly, the last name was spelled differently, the relevant year wasn't checked, the records have not been preserved, the collection has not been processed, the record is located in another archive. If the record really hasn't been saved, you'll need to look for alternative documents. These might include marriage records, children's birth records, church records, resident lists, tax documents, land records, military records, court cases, documents related to repression, migration cards, household registers, cemetery records. In some cases, it is possible to establish the fact of relationship or birth through the courts, if permitted in a specific situation. Now let's talk about the mistakes that most often hold people back. The first mistake is starting your search without understanding your goal. Simply finding your ancestors' documents is too broad a task. You need to understand for which country, which procedure, and on what grounds you are gathering the documents. The second mistake is sending the same request to every institution. Archival research requires precision. If a request is worded incorrectly, you may receive a negative response even when a record exists. The third mistake is not taking into account maiden names and name changes after marriage. This is especially important on the female side of the family, where documents are often linked to different surnames. The fourth mistake is failing to check historical place names. A village may have been renamed, merged with another, belonged to a different district, or been recorded in a different language. The fifth mistake is discarding unimportant documents. Sometimes an old signed photograph, an employment certificate, or an entry in a work record book provides exactly the lead that leads to the right archive. The sixth mistake is expecting a single document to solve everything. In reality, you often have to piece together a chain of several pieces of proof. When should you consult a specialist? If you don't know where to look. If your searches of the archives turn up nothing. If there are discrepancies in dates or last names. If you need documents for the immigration process. If you need to understand what kind of proof a specific country will accept. If you need a translation, an apostille, or help putting together a complete application package. A specialist doesn't just help you find a document. They help you map out the right course of action and assess which materials are really legally significant. Let's sum up. If your ancestors' documents have been lost, that doesn't mean your path is blocked. But it's important to understand that in such situations, success depends not on luck, but on a systematic approach. The key is to proceed systematically, because a systematic approach helps you avoid wasting time, prevent unnecessary inquiries, and collect proof that could really be crucial for the next steps in the process. To make this process as smooth and seamless as possible, it's important not only to understand all the details, but also to organize the relocation and paperwork properly. This is where professionals come in. They know every step of the process and can guide you through it every step of the way. Our specialists guide clients through every stage of the citizenship application process, analyzing the situation, assisting with document retrieval, preparing the application, and navigating the rest of the procedure. Submit a request for a free consultation following the link in the description. We will assess your situation, review your existing documents, identify potential legal grounds for your application, and advise you on what steps to take next. Properly prepared documents and the right approach can significantly increase your chances of a successful result. Take the first step toward new opportunities today, and we will help you go through this process professionally, calmly, and confidently.